Yeah, I forget how it starts again. Like what the starting rules are, but
So more or less, you just roll to see who goes first, and after you roll, it's basically they go first. Whoever's rolled is first, or
I
so you don't
want to
start
use
any, so you don't start with any power, and the first person goes first. Second person gets mulligan, right?
the second person will get mulligan and 1 power.
Okay, yeah.
the cannon for the dice.
Yeah, I like the cannon.
Yes.
Okay, we'll get competitive assets going. Okay, there's the cannon.
Alright. I'll put it in the cannon.
All right. It's all
Alright.
yours.
Fire. Let's see what happens. Cool.
All right. Nice.
Yes, you get to go first if you want. Well, I guess you just go first.
Yeah, you just go first.
Yeah.
Um.
And while you guys do that, feel free to head to your own voice chat and begin when ready.
Cool. Thanks.
All right.
Let's see. I'll make one.
Uh. There we go.
Okay, so we have Ratigan and Horned King. These should be very, very interesting. I am excited. Let's see. What do I know? So our Ratigan player is pretty good, and our Horned King player, at least from what I saw, they've been doing good. So okay, they needed help starting, so. Okay, so Horned King immediately discarding. So they keep their condition. And okay, and that's a good condition in this battle because good old Ratigan has tons of items, and they're pretty much necessary to get the Robot Queen out as part of his first objective. Going fast. An early Toby denying the play rather than the feint, which is pretty good. Because honestly, Ratigan's most useful territories, I think, are those first two. Interesting. He's favoring not playing the item. I think the real trick as Horned King here, and what will determine if a Horned King player can win against consistent fates, will be based off of can he activate the Cauldron and get Cauldron-born out. So we have the Fair Folk and Taran here. Taran's just a hero that is generically big, and Fair Folk denies ancient soldiers being played to their location, which can be good, but it's one strength, so any regular ally could vanquish them. Give me a moment, please. Okay. So with that, they each have a fate in their second location. Pretty mirrored so far. Ooh. Dawson might be better overall, in my opinion. Let's see. I guess he's 2 strength naturally. The guards work pretty well, I think, in this case. Okay, pause for a second, he said. Okay, so we gotta pause Wacko, unfortunately, cannot see the cards. That's intriguing. That's not an issue I've typically encountered. Let's just promote him too. Okay. There we go. Okay. We wanted. Okay. Had to help him with the timer there real quick. Okay. Now we're back to the races. We have Horn King being faded. Honestly, him getting faded so much this early might pose an issue for the Horn King. But an early loss of Gurgi's sacrifice. Intriguing. Now an early Blimpet hand for the Ratigan might not be so handy because he's either going to hold it in his hand for a time or have to discard it. Creeper's a handy one because he never leaves the field once he's out, really. Ancient Cauldronborn being out is kind of handy. See, Ratigan seems to almost be going for more of that not play item strategy so he doesn't trigger that condition. And I don't know if that's helping him or not helping him. And perhaps it's good on Horn King's end to intentionally keep that condition knowing that that's a... Well, actually, that condition only lets him play an item from hand, right? Yeah, so I wouldn't keep it around unless you have an item in hand. And Horn King getting what he needs to activate the Cauldron pretty quickly here. Now Basil could be interesting here, getting rid of the 1 gears on the field right now. But getting him out is also getting out Ratigan's one of his objectives. Referring Miss Judson. What's Miss Judson do, remind me? Played, Ratigan loses at 2 power. That is actually pretty effective. Honestly, you got a lot of good things, Horn King, right now. But you pass turn after gaining 2 power. Did he accidentally draw a card or something? Very well. That's sad, having that condition in hand and missing out on those item plays. Ooh. Henwin or What's this one do? I believe in you. Oh, that could be really bad for Horn King right now. It just kind of depends on what fate. Henwin also makes effects harder to play, so technically both of them might have the same effect here. Seems like they went for discard a hand. How sad. Ratigan, knowing one of those conditions is discarded now, might prioritize moving forward. Clearing the board. That's really important as Horn King. Getting an Ancient Soldiers down, that's also good. Going back to when there was deciding between the pig and the discard a hand, not knowing what's in your opponent's hand. I personally think just the fact they had 6 cards in hand would be a reason enough to discard their hand over playing the pig. Especially since the pig technically can help them get towards their objective when they vanquish it. So he moves to his first location. He's going to probably discard a few cards. Chooses to play the Gwithate? Okay. Discarding a Cauldronborn and that. Oh, and an Ancient Soldiers. I think he's prioritizing getting that Cauldron claimed and clipped and running. Either, I believe he has to play guards, but I'll check. What's Makeshift Balloon say? Attach it to hero. That hero gets plus 3, and you may immediately move that hero to any location. Going to play the airship? Oh, he's just making it harder to beat. Okay. I don't know. I don't think I would have done that. That's one of the ways to get Basil's ability to trigger again. And odds are Ratigan's just going to ignore it. Getting the Robot Queen. Let's see. She'd be 14. Could be down to 11. So you'd need 11 power right now to buy the Robot Queen. But having enhanced pretty good. Ooh, which is a more of a or reunited. Either get a hero from the Fate discard pile, or make the Horde King lose 2 cards from hand, which could be good. He's opting to play Princess Iwanwi, if I pronounced that right. Ah, actually, I don't think I did too bad. Oh, so he is preferring Witches of Morva. Oh. Honestly, if in the Horn King's position, I think I would have been considering discarding anyway. Choosing to gain 2 power. Fortunately, he'll have the Vanquish action next turn. But for now, either get Flaversham, which helps get the Robot Queen out, or call for help and directly play Basil to remove robes or the item that makes your items cheaper. I'd personally remove the item that makes items cheaper, or the robes. Mostly the item that makes items cheaper is more of a nuisance. But then again, getting away 2 power a turn versus 1 power every so often seems like better, so never mind, I'd think robes. There we go. I think it's official. Horn King has the necessary components. Not too sure. I'm gonna take a peek. Yep, he has the necessary components. Because he has. We have made a bargain and our power has arrived. So for 1 power and 2 play a card actions. Okay, correction. 3 power and 2 play a card actions. He could both claim the Black Cauldron and flip the Black Cauldron. Goes there to move some ruffians over. Discards a few cards. I guess that's fair. Just need to discard is always pretty high for Ratigan. Okay. Not too surprising here. Oh, he's gonna play some ancient soldiers. Interesting. I'd personally take back playing the ancient soldiers, but it's always fun shaking those cards off in Vilnius. Interesting. He's saving the play of them for a later time? Yeah, if he didn't prioritize the ancient soldier, he literally could have flipped the cauldron and started playing his Cauldron Born. Surprising, actually. I'm kind of curious. Honestly, with Ratigan, your movements can be simplified a lot when you start having to just go between two. So Ratigan has 7 stored gold and then 6 power, which means he's only 2 off of getting the Robot Queen. No, he does have the bell, which means he could, in the event that he more or less, what's it called? In the event Basil destroys the Robot Queen, technically he has Alicia to help vanquish Basil. Interesting. I am so curious. Those things could have given him the functional cauldron. I am so confused right now. But I guess he just drew back into the same stuff. So it's not the worst. He could technically still do it. Yeah, he could claim the Black Cauldron for 1. And then he wouldn't be able to. Well, I guess he would be able to flip it anyway, because it's having to activate actions. So I guess he doesn't need a card to flip it, since the ancient soldiers will do it for him. Okay. Yeah, he needs a discard action at this point. Okay. Surprise! He claims the Black Cauldron. And then he's instantly gonna activate it, I assume? Yep. Okay. And then, yes, I would be really surprised if he didn't discard most of his hand. Yeah, there you go. Oh, fading Ratigan. Just a second, as we see Olivia's played. And now we have Olivia forces okay. Ratigan gets the Robot Queen all the way there. Gurgi's. Oh, so we Gurgi'd Happy Day'd. What are the 2 new fates? Dolly and Reunited. That's unfortunate. Because there's no a hero in the discard pile. But we get Dolly. I'm gonna move each hero in the. Yeah, okay. It's not the worst. It's definitely not the worst with the Horn King right now. At this point, the Horned King's probably gonna still move there to Fate, just because that's the only way to stop Ratigan at this point. Yep. Oh, he did not spend the 2? Oh, that's right. He needs to have a Cauldron Born. Wait, he did have a Cauldron Born in hand. The Robot Queen. You could be super funny and play the Robot Queen and... Sorry. Let's see. No, no. Okay, so with the real queen out, the Robot Queen is unable to win. So it is stalling. Yeah, he technically could have gotten a Cauldron Born out. And it is a mayor, I assume. So I guess he chose not to. I guess it's his volition. Getting that Cauldron Born out could be intriguing. What's going on? The timer's still counting for Horned King. Is there a discussion going on here? Oh. So it's Horned King. So it's Ratigan's turn. He clicked it. Good job. Okay. Let's see. We have. Is he going to do it? He's doing it. Phase 2 gets an ancient soldiers back onto the field. Start of your turn. Okay. Oh, he did that to draw 3. Got it. Discarding down. Got it. Oh my gosh, having that condition in hand right now. Ooh. Ratigan debating the marvelous device. Okay. It is a way. Ooh. See, the funny thing is he could move Basil just to take out, not necessarily, well, in this case, I think you would do that. Take out the Robot Queen to change the objective around. To be fair, it would force the item play if he's hunting down Alicia. Oh, ignoring a call for help. Ah! Let's see. See, I could look at the Fate deck to see what's going to happen, but I don't think I want to, just so I can keep commentating from player perspective here. Oh. Plays the bell, and then that means the condition is played, and the final needed Ancient Soldier is played. And the Ancient Soldiers from this point would just be for help. A little bit of extra help in keeping the cauldron flipped over. Which is more of a Going to lose 2 power? Well, that would do it. And I'd rather lose 2 power than lose those cards in hand. One would give him 3 power at the moment, and the other would give him Cauldronborn. Both really good. Now the question is, you don't see anything going to vanquish the Mouse Queen. Let's see, what's her strength? It's 5, so it's not like she can be beaten by anything. Okay, and that's pretty fair. Although it's a gamble of what you get on the next fate. Honestly, in my opinion, it would have been tempting to fate. Okay. Okay, so he sacrificed the ruffian to Felicia. Currently, he doesn't have fodder for Alicia, so... Oh, but getting that uniform now is genius. Okay. So sad, but you have to, so... Moment of truth, Dawson or Sabotage, which means it's game. Yeah, thought that might happen. So, Ratigan wins game 1. Oh! Is he saying he would have got a devious? Or the fact he got devious? Okay. Wait, first or second? Your hand. Okay. Okay, I'll help time real quick. Okay. So Horn King is deciding if he goes first or second right now for his second game, since he lost the last. He decides to go first. So, okay. So Horn King went first. I need a new paper to record this. So first we have a Horned King played by Mol, and Wahnderful playing Ratigan. That was about a 20-minute game. And then goes first and second. Okay. Claims the cauldron to begin the game. Once the cauldron is claimed, it does not ever become unclaimed. So once it's claimed, that's a big hurdle for Horn King. And with that, he just discards his hand. Devious, turning that fate into a dud. Honestly, not a bad first turn though, because getting the deviouses, because there's only 2 deviouses, so getting them out of the way early isn't a bad thing. Other than perhaps Ratigan getting a lot of early game progress. Guarding. Playing a gear. Boy, Ratigan getting his good setup here. Okay. Yeah, it's tempting is... Ooh. Yeah, looking at that hand, he's probably debating if it's better to discard cards or play those cards out of hand. Or if it's just better to fate. Honestly, as Horn King, it's kind of a tough spot here. Gwithane, so that's not a bad one. Keeps the things ready for heroes since you know you won't have your big guy for a bit. And prioritizing blocking that top fate action. Toby. Toby blocking that fate action will be nice. Toby can't be moved nearly as easily as some other things. Ooh, getting that Ancient Soldiers is nice, but unfortunately if he plays it, it won't be an instant overwhelm here. Oh! Must discard his hand and draw 3 cards. That actually might be helping Horn King here, truthfully. That one Ancient Soldier is maybe the one thing he didn't want to lose, but it wouldn't be helpful in the immediate, so... Honestly, this isn't a bad spot for the Horn King. He could use this turn to get a lot of power and discard cards and fate. So, honestly, I don't see this as too bad of a slowdown for Horn King, and not getting that hero on the board is pretty good. Okay. Oh, he's choosing to discard it. That's kind of fair. Granted, that's 3 Cauldronborn that are now in the discard pile. And I can't remember if there's 4 or 5. But it's going to be pretty hard to get them. So he's probably going to be focusing. The Mouse Queen early. Now that's good too. It blocks some of those actions. Bigger deal is that it's blocking the discard a card action, which is critical as Ratigan. Now, funny enough, if he plays an item here, he does actually trigger a condition, which would be handy. Saving 3 power on any of your Ancient Soldiers is a blessing. No, that's fair. You don't need a lot of ruffians. You tried to press it. I'll press it for him. Okay. Ancient Soldiers. That's not the worst thing in the world. Activating immediately. That's fair. Preparing to get Cauldronborn out immediately. Ooh, a Creeper. Creeper the Undying. Now this Fate pressure might be a little too late for against Horn King. If one is to ask my thoughts, I wouldn't be surprised if this match goes to 3 games rather than just the normal 2. Looking at the overall win rates, I think I was favoring Ratigan here, just because of his overall consistency and Fate resilience. Horn King fighting well here, but a lot of it based off of the luck of who gets their necessary components to handle the other villain first. Okay, so we have a Cauldron-born out. And technically we have no way to turn the Cauldron back over right now. It would be tempting to do that, but you wouldn't get power, so you wouldn't be able to play Ancient Soldiers as if you draw into that. Granted, that discard a card action might be good. Honestly, though, oh, actually, moving and vanquishing would be a strategy. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because making sure you fate is also important in this game. Yeah, I would not think of playing Faversham. No, Fidget doesn't come out that much anymore, I find, when you're against Ratigan. Just because overall getting a hero on your board and moving him there gives sabotage power. I'm trying to remember, does Belle finally show, or does it only let her come from discard? That's the real question here, I find. Yeah, Ratigan being denied the second fate so early is probably aiding the Horned King a bunch here. Just being not guaranteeing you can't be fated every turn is a huge deal in terms of progress. I'm curious, what's he deciding? Doesn't seem clear to me what's being decided. Because in this case, you have some things you want to play, but you also have things you probably are trying to discard. I guess that's the real trick, is you can't choose both. He discards the condition and fidget, which is fair. Does he move anything? Because honestly, maybe moving the ruffians is good, but that's a neutral thought process here. It's funny, is a dog, a maid, and a queen are what's stopping Ratigan right now. Horned King defending his power income and high vanquish territory makes sense. Using Creeper, yeah, that's fair. Now, here's the real question. Gain 3 power, and we know he likes playing captured. And in this case, he has a second play a card action, so doing so is actually a very productive maneuver. Granted, I would not play the Cauldron-born in this case. Especially knowing then that you have now 2 conditions that you could trigger. But I wouldn't spend much else anyway. Ooh. Yeah, I was gonna say. What does this one do? Either shuffle your villain discard pile back into your deck or pay additional here. Okay. Honestly, that's pretty good at this point, because you know most of your Cauldron-born are down there. So doing that is actually really good, because he doesn't have to go through his deck to find them. And now, if Ratigan plays an item, which he most likely is, he's literally got 3 items in it. Him playing an item would be quite a show right now. Making sure he does his fate first. Gurgi's Sacrifice. What's Gurgi's Sacrifice? Okay, that's gonna be a bummer. But that does happen. Now, is Ratigan gonna play an item? Or is he not gonna play an item? At this point, I don't think he can afford not to play an item. Especially since they're clogging his hand at this point. Because holding stuff in hand only works for so long in any game of Villainous. Okay. Good. Use that condition. Personally, I think Horn King's, if we're just talking in terms of who's a cooler villain in general, I think Horn King's cooler. But that's okay. That's in their movies, not the board game. Board game, I think they're some of the more flavorful ones. You got... That's fair. Kinda need to get the show going, if you will. No, Basil or Soldiers? If you played Basil right now, you could blow up one of his more critical items to fight Basil, or you could blow up an item too. Yeah, I think he realizes that too. Honestly, I think you'd blow up the robes. Because without the robes, that denies future power gain. And then, ideally, another option could have been the bell, just to deny Felicia coming out easily. But for now, I think that was a good call, blowing up the gears. Honestly, what? Yeah. Stalling 1 over stalling 3 is pretty much a better number. That's a fair one to discard. Ah, lots of uses for ancient soldiers, I see. So who is he capturing? Oh, he's discarding. That's fair. He needs to dig. Because he's gaining the power. And now, because of that, he might hard play one of the ancient soldiers. Yeah, I'd hard play one more ancient soldier. Or, yeah. Ooh, there you go. Because he played another Gears, he gets a third ancient soldier out. Oh, getting Felicia in hand's a pretty solid insurance policy. Although no Robot Queen, I'm surprised. Or maybe it's just the luck of Ratigan usually. Playing Henwin to deny effect. That's pretty good. or actually, correction. Let's read Henwin again. When Henwin is in play, the Horn King cannot play effects. So that is straight effects denial. Call for help or call for help. So I guess she's playing Basil to somewhere. I would personally put Basil to Miss Judson's location. It's not a May effect. Oh no, it is a May effect. So he can choose to move Basil to Miss Judson's location or other locations. Honestly, I'd move him to Miss Judson's with the intent you could move him later to kill things back on the first location. But he chooses not to. Preparing Alicia to vanquish the Mouse Queen. Pretty fair there, I think. Oh, no, you could play a Cauldronborn. Ah, remember that? Yeah, he remembered. Good. I'd put him on the first location to get rid of Henwin, and so you can do stuff. But no, okay. Why did he do that? Okay, so he did realize. Okay. Okay. Rules clarified. He drew 3 cards with that one effect, which is really awesome to see so much, right? And honestly, I would spend 1 power to gain 3 power. Honestly, that ain't half bad of a card to play right now. Okay. And how strong was Henwin? Is he just 2? He's just 2. Granted, he could add Creeper just to move Creeper. Okay, so Ratigan does not have the Mouse Queen, but he'll surely have more than enough power for the Mouse Queen. The Robot Queen. Interesting. He does have a Devious though, so the next fate won't be nearly as bad as it could be. He's discarding gears. I think he's confident that he'll have enough power regardless of what he does. Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, okay, this game is one of the longer ones. I already feel like it will be. Thank you for remembering. It seems like he forgot in the earlier ones that that's what was up. Okay, now he did that. I am guaranteeing he's going to discard a few cards right now. I believe there is 5 Cauldronborn. I would discard that. Well, you have a pretty solid ally presence for most things, so. Oh, he's choosing to shuffle everything, then discard. Okay, I get it. This is a solid plan. Devious. Sabotage. Hey, he could get rid of something. I would get rid of the bell right now. Because knowing that the queen will probably come out regardless. If you get rid of the bell, all suddenly Felicia can't come out and he has to cycle through his deck another time. Oh, getting rid of the bell would have been an interesting play. Ooh. Getting that out, is pretty good too. Whew. What's Flute or Flam do again? Remind me. When this play, move all allies to his location. Okay, that will be annoying, but it's not the worst. To be fair, all it takes is a movement once. But yes, putting him there would be the most annoying. But it guarantees Flute or Flam's death. Let's see, what's his strength again? 1, so he can be beaten by just a creeper. Could literally be beaten by just a creeper. Okay. Yeah, I would move him and move one of your Cauldronborn immediately, because you have to have one of those on each location. Too bad he can't discard, but that's okay. Getting that 3 power, I think it's necessary to Fate, just because Ratigan just gets so much buff from having the 1 area available. Playing Olivia? Okay. Just to block some actions, that's fair. 9, 10. So you won't be able to play the Robot Queen just yet. Delaying the Robot Queen is... You paused the game? What? You played 1 card. Gain power. Let's see. No. Start with 2. Should be 6 now. Okay. I hope I did that right. If people in the video noticed I did that wrong, feel free to let me know. Because I could have sworn he started the turn with 2. And I would hate, because honestly, I do feel like Horn King's a slight underdog with the vast consistency of Ratigan. So, and I want this match to be played fair and square. Okay. Okay, he won't be able to play Robot Queen yet, but he definitely can later. So much power. And so much efficiency. Honestly, Ratigan's so close to Prince John, it's not really too funny. Getting the ancient soldiers out. Fair. Let's see, what's the other fate? Because you know the Robot Queen's coming out. You gotta move Basil at some point. Honestly, I would put the balloon on Basil and move him somewhere useful. Yeah, it does. Oh, he's choosing not to move it. I would, because getting rid of that bell soon here would be so great. Because you can move him back and forth to kill stuff. But I don't know if he fully realizes that. Yeah, I think this is going to be another 3 gamer, because Horned King getting all his needs down. Because at this point, he doesn't need to move the Ever Cauldron Born as much as play another Ancient Soldiers, so he doesn't have to worry about the other one. This is intriguing. Honestly, this is one of the more closer games I've seen between them. Okay, what's he gonna play? Because you don't have the Robot Queen out, so therefore to activate action. So right now, the Ratigan player could win in... He can't win in 1 go right now, it'd take 2 goes at least. Just because of the blimp. If he had taken an extra turn to just play a card, technically it could have been longer. Oh, why not put the sword on? Oh yeah, Gurgi's happy day, what am I saying? Draw 2 names. Dolly or Taran? Now, Taran being played will be annoying, but dealable with the fact. Ooh. See, the lack of the Vanquish action right now might be the death. He needs to Vanquish at 1 point, so it's either Fate now and Vanquish later. Yeah, moving him would have been a fatal mistake in my opinion. Okay, make sure you get your Cauldron Born out. Yes. Yeah, I would, right there. Yeah. And you get to move. I would well, it's either Faint now and see what you get, or it's Vanquish. Playing an Ancient Soldiers, yeah, that's a fair move. Oh, he didn't Vanquish? Oh, why did he not Vanquish? That would have been so much better. Clearing Taran? Why did he not Vanquish? I'll have to ask him, but I'm so curious why he didn't Vanquish. Because it doesn't even cost anything to Vanquish them. Taran has... Yeah, he's... Yeah, he has Cauldron Born out, and he didn't Vanquish anyone. I am so confused. Am I allowed to be confused? I'll have to ask afterwards. I almost guarantee he just forgot in the rush. Oh, that sucks. But you do what you can. Okay, he did that for a discard action. Okay, Bell wouldn't have mattered anyway. Because Alicia. Oh, so a Bell could find Alicia from anywhere. So it doesn't matter really. Although getting rid of the Bell would have been nice. Yeah, you have to. Well, in my opinion, fading now would be really good. But technically, at this point, he'd only get one more fate. If he had managed to vanquish, he would have been able to fate each of the next 2 turns. But that won't happen. Oh, not Loki. You can't go to another villain's realm. Why are we doing that? I see the solution. It just involves vanquishing, unfortunately. Which you did not do, technically. I'm so confused. What's going on here? Why would you prioritize movement over getting rid of cards from your hand? Yeah, that missed vanquish action I think might cost him the game here. I'm so confused. He's deciding. Yeah, it's unfortunately the best you can do at the moment. Yeah, there's lots of good cards. In fact, technically, it'd be arguable to discard literally everything. I would discard pretty much everything. Yeah, okay. Because if you can get one Cauldron Born, let's read his objective again. Have a Cauldron Born in each location. It forces Ratigan's fate to have to work, or he just wins. See, I don't think this does it. Oh, wait. There is a chance that the one does stop it. But he has to decide, is it worth it, or is it not worth it? He's deciding. Because this could be game, depending on the fate chosen here. Oh my gosh, this is a neck and neck. He's choosing the hero. Or nope. Okay. Ooh. Intriguing. How many cards are left? 5. And how many Cauldron Born are in here? 1. Just 1. So they're. And there we go. Narrowly escaping death. They both got the right fates for each other. This game's so neck and neck. It's not even funny how neck and neck it is. This is the most neck and neck game I've seen. This might be the first game where a normal Wicked League length would be not enough. And it's just because they're so good at stalling each other. Okay, let's be fair here though. That Vanquish still might cost because he could have had a Fate and a Play. Get rid of more cards from hand. The lack of being able to vanquish while fading is a little bit of a decrement to our good old Horn King here. That's true. It's pretty much a free play though. Wait. Okay. That is allowed. Now, he has a lot of power, and he has 2 power, and he has a free ally to play, so technically he could get that Vanquish action fairly easily against the Mouse Queen. Now, what the Horned King does here really will matter. I feel, since you know you can't Fate this turn, Vanquish Stinkin' Taran off your Fate location. Please Vanquish Taran. It's a free Vanquish action, my friend. Okay, there we are. This opens up a better Fate opportunity later. And in terms of playing cards, I would play another Ancient Soldiers right now. Ooh. Little does Ratigan know. Oh, he's gonna go there. You won't be able... Oh, no. He can. Yeah, the uniform allows that. Okay. Does the Fate flip the Cauldron? Or does it get rid of the setup here? Let's see what we get. Easy choice. Okay. Oh. So that means he has to lose a Cauldronborn. And now, personally, I would pick the one on the left. Because losing that one wouldn't mean so much in the long run. Since every other territory has a hero on it right now. So right now, I would say head left. Because you know you need to start discarding more to get to your other things. And you need to Fate. So... Wait. I'm so confused. GG. Oh, it was a concede. Darn. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. So, okay.
Ah,
I have a few questions actually from my perspective.
look. Before
Great.
anything is
Great.
said, I will say, like, just absolutely devastated that I didn't vanquish that one turn and free up the move action. I was like, oh my god, no.
Well, you could have
But
done several things. You could have used the Vanquish to free up the Fate thing, and so you could have fated
yeah,
more too. But
yeah,
I noticed how you didn't use it, and I was like, oh.
yeah. I noticed as soon as I was like, okay, it's your turn. I'm like, it's out of my hands.
So I am also curious. What led to you conceding in this second game? Because I thought you still had a chance.
So I had to fate
So,
him, right,
mm-hmm.
because his win conditions open. So I would have to
Yeah.
go over. I would have to go over here, or
Well, I think
You'd
you
had
were.
2
I forget where
locations
you were.
available. You could have gone to your
yeah.
first or your third.
All
Either
right.
or getting a Fate and potentially a discard if you wanted. I
I
think you
I
would
I
prefer discard.
I just didn't really think it was going well. I might have been able to win, but
You would have
the
lost
miss,
one.
the miss,
Yeah,
the
I
miss,
think so.
the miss,
I,
the misplay from earlier was just devastating. I was like, ugh.
yeah,
And then
mentally that probably got you.
yeah, says
What's up?
let's see, you would have been able to kill the queen. Okay. Anyway, but it was kind of starting to go. You had a big money pile though, so that was starting to help out a lot, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think if you moved Basil over here and killed the robot queen, I would have needed a lot of resources to get the Felicia